What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Riggs Gaming. And I've had a lot of requests, a lot of people saying you're not showing any more Town Hall 9 content. What is going on? Where's the Town Hall 9 content? So I have a very special video lined up for you guys today. And who better to learn from, you guys, than the best? What I'm talking about is in Forbidden, there's something very special about Suicide Hero Lalo. There's been a lot of requests for it, so that's what we're bringing you guys today. So for those of you that don't know, that possibly could have been living, a sheltered life, living under a rock, those kinds of things, Suey Hero Lalo is what it's called in the war community. It's where you're basically sacrificing your heroes for a specific objective and just pretty much loloing the rest of the base. We'll go ahead and break down the spells, we'll break down the troop comps, and in total I have 6 examples. Dark Looter Z, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be burning 6 of your guys' Town Hall 9 bases. Love you guys to death. GG to them. They also won this war. But what we're gonna do is start out. I will be telling you guys which bases are cleanup and which bases were fresh hits. I do have them marked here on my list. So this base, the one we're starting off with, is actually going to be a cleanup attack coming from Estrelix. So I'm going to go ahead and break down the base. As you guys see, it's kind of a square layout. And this is very, very common at Town Hall 9. I've made a couple videos on it with this air defense layout where you have kind of these, well, not so much offset ADs, but where you have 2 air defenses, whether it's going to be up at 12 and 6. In this example, they're at 3 and 9 o'clock. How to deal with bases set up like so. And we know that since this is a cleanup, we do know that there is a enemy hound inside this clan castle. And on all these examples, what we're seeing at Town Hall 9, for the most part, if it's a decent build, you're not going to be able to get that queen with your heroes alone. So you're going to see a lot of skeleton spells used. So definitely make sure you guys are getting that max skeleton spell donate in the clan castle. But starts off with a break right here, 12 o'clock. And the funneling troops are usually very simple on a Suicide Hero Lalo. Usually it's no more than a wizard and a baby dragon at the most. You're not trying to invest any spells or anything that takes up too much space on the Suey hero. So he gets the queen down just in time as the enemy hound ends up coming out of the CC. Goes ahead and double drops those loons on the cannon and the air defense. What you're looking to do, guys, is anywhere, depending when you're starting your Lalo, you're usually starting the Lalo much heavier than the other side of the Lalo. And usually you're going to be picking whether when you break the defensive ring, that means your loons are going to be going clockwise or counterclockwise around the base. I do have some example. I think I have 2 examples where the loons are pretty much going from one side of the base to the other. And he ends up even swagging. Look at that. Even ends up swagging that skeleton spell. He brought it just in case, but he was able to reach the enemy queen as we saw in the very, very beginning. And just look at how, guys, look at this. Swagging a rage, swagging the skeleton spell, swagging 2 haste spells. And for true, I mean, you're bringing at least 20, I'd say about 22 to 26 balloons. Normally, on a traditional Suey Hero Lalo, you're bringing 2 camp hounds, 1 maxed hound coming out of the CC, and just very, very basic funneling troops. You're trying to get an objective taken care of, whether that's taking out an air defense, whether that's taking out a couple air targeting defenses such as archer towers, wizard towers, breaking that ring, dropping down the hounds, dropping the loons in behind him, anywhere from, say, 3, 4, sometimes even up to 5 or 6 loons per defense on the initial deployment. Dropping down those haste spells, making sure those hounds don't get too far in front of those loons. I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and check out the next example. All right, guys, here is the next example in a very similar layout, but it's taken on a little bit differently. This one is actually going to be a fresh hit, meaning we don't know where the Teslas are. We don't know what's in the CC. And often when it's a fresh hit on something like a Suey Hero Lalo, you're normally going to be bringing a poison spell in case a baby dragon and or a witch end up coming out. You got to have that poison spell to go ahead and take care of it. And like I said, It's very, very common, and it just so happens that the air defense layout is the same on the first base we saw. You got 2 ADs over at 3 o'clock. You got 2 ADs over at 9 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and hit play. What Zard, a.k.a. Mr. Player, a.k.a. Ollie, what he wants to do on this base. On the first one we saw the heroes going in up at the top, not worrying about the air defenses. So right here, he goes ahead and invests a spell. I mean, it's that much worth it, worth your while, dropping down a couple loons and a haste spell to see what's inside that CC. Nothing came out telling us that there is a hound, possibly a golem. There's no air targeting troops that are coming out at CC, put it that way. So again, like I said, no more than a wizard and a baby dragon setting this funnel. On this one, he's bringing 2 wizards, and you'll see he does have 5 wall breakers. You can't see it yet, but there is going to be a Tesla that's going to pop down here, which ends up giving Mr. Player a wall breaker fail. But at the end of the day, it's not even going to matter, you guys. So there goes the wall breakers, drops him down. The Tesla one-shots. Well, I think he had 4, maybe 5 wall breakers there. But he does get one of the air defenses taken out, the one way over at the 3 o'clock corner of the base. And there's that baby dragon doing work up there at the top. Queen's gonna go ahead and take out that cannon. So he didn't even, this isn't even turning out exactly how he wanted it to. He does go ahead and get a bonus Tesla, gets the archer tower, and I believe he gets the wizard tower, just gets it down just in time. So hasn't even really broken the ring too much, but wait till you guys see how he does this Lalo. So pre-dropping a few loons on that cannon, followed up by the camp hound. Knows he's targeting, you don't want any defenses left behind, dropping down 3 to 4 loons on the wizard tower, on the archer tower, same thing on the mortar. It's very, very common to see defenses on the outside of the walls. You want to make sure you drop those loons down to keep the loons pathing, so don't have to backtrack and take out any defenses. We do have a heal spell kind of right there in the core. And there goes the rage spell. Nice patience on the rage. He wants to make sure, look at the patience. He wants to make sure that that bomb tower is taken out, as it's also very common to see bomb towers, wizard towers, things that do splash damage near the enemy queen. So once he saw that the loons were targeting the bomb tower, again, showing good patience there, dropping on that skeleton spell. The enemy queen stays up. It's pretty much going to be a defense for the enemy clan. But again, displaying that patience. Bomb tower goes out, drops down that skeleton spell. Very, very nice attack, and a different way to take down a base with these kind of offset style air defenses. Let's go ahead and jump in to the next example. Oh my goodness, how I made it into one of my own videos, I have no idea how that happened. We're going to go ahead and show you guys a different style of Suey Hero Lalo. Look at the army comp. We're bringing a combined 5 skeleton spells, 4 of our own, 1 donated max in the CC. We have 1 rage spell, and we have 3 haste spells. So what we're going to do on this one, you can see there's no splash directly surrounding the queen. We do have splash coming from these mortars, but with no other defenses, we're going to be able to distract those mortars very, very easily, so we can go ahead and get a clean queen kill, break that defensive ring, and in turn not have to deal with the enemy CC troops. This was a cleanup attack. We did know that there was that this was a damage CC, and because we're going to take it out with the skeleton spells and the rage, we're going to get that much more value from these heroes. We'll go ahead and hit play and watch exactly how we go ahead and do this. Dropping down, look at that, 2 wizards. That's it, 2 wizards. Look what's distracted. The mortars are going to be focused on those wizards for more than enough time. Rage spell down, all 5 skeleton spells down. They're going to pretty much one-shot the queen. They're going to go ahead and take out the enemy CC. We do have a minion up there at the camp, because what we're going to do is drop our heroes up here at about 10 o'clock to help, again, break the defensive ring and provide some tanking for not only the hounds, but most importantly, the balloons. So queen is down, CC is down, the cannons are still up, but they're not going to do a whole lot to an air attack. So we have king down. He's going to go ahead and take out the archer tower. We're going to start our loon deployment nice and early, dropping down those loons to target the wizard tower, the archer tower, and the other archer tower on the right-hand side. Dropping down the haste spell. Here comes the next hound with about 3 loons behind it to go ahead and target that mortar. Here comes the maxed hound coming out of the CC. Dropping down a few more loons to take out the cannon. Again, when you have defenses on the outside of the walls, you want to make sure those get taken out. If not, it can completely throw those loons off course. So we went ahead and dropped another haste spell right there in that core to make sure we get all the air defenses taken out. And look at this. Queen is still up. King is down. But we have not only queen up, we still have queen ability, which is going to help this attack out a whole bunch. Well, actually, I mean, actually we end up swagging it. She's going to walk over a double giant bomb set. She's still up, though. And of course, on these attacks, you guys, something very, very basic, but I guess it is worth mentioning. You got to have your cleanup troops. Just like how when you do a hog attack, you want to make sure once you deploy those hogs initially to take out the defenses, you want to get those wizards or those minions or archers down to get that cleanup down. You don't want to have a time fail. Same thing goes when you're doing an air attack. Right when you deploy those loons and you have that first line of defenses taken out, go ahead and drop down the minions as the loons are doing work. It really can make a difference in these styles of attacks. But we'll go ahead and check out 3 more examples. 3 down, we got 3 to go. All right, guys, here is the next base. Something a little bit different. We've seen 2 bases with the air defenses clumped together, 2 over at 3, 2 over at 9. We saw mine where the air defenses were all offset on one side of the base. This one coming from Iron Horse, aka Bob, you can see the air defenses are pretty much in each corner on this layout. And this is also going to be a fresh hit, so we'll go ahead and hit play. We don't want the video to get too long, but we'll see how Bob goes ahead and breaks down this base. One thing you will notice when you click on the enemy CC, you can see once he makes it past those elixir storages, whatever's inside that CC, his heroes will go ahead and trigger it and find out what's inside. Like I said, when you're doing a fresh hit, you got to bring a poison spell. You just have to. It's not worth the risk, assuming there's a hound, because at Town Hall 9, CCs come in all shapes and sizes. This one is going to be a damage CC. We got a baby dragon. We got a witch. I think there might have been a Valkyrie in there. We got a whole bunch of goblins. And right here, Queen's going to go ahead and try to take out some of these golems. But he pops ability, gets what he wanted. You need to get that baby dragon down, and the poison went ahead and took out the witch. Does he get this air? I believe this air defense stays up. Yeah, he's going to fall a couple shots short of that. One more shot, he would have had the air defense taken care of. And like I said in the beginning of the video, on this style, on this base, and check this out. Look at that, dropping down, getting these. Was this a wait? This might have been a clean. I'm very, very sorry, guys. This was a clamp attack because he knew those Teslas were over there at 9 o'clock. My apologies. We'll go ahead and run with it. But he goes ahead and drops a few loons and a haste spell to take care of that air defense that his Archer Queen could not take care of. On this style of base, just how the defenses are laid out, he's not really going clockwise. He's not really going counterclockwise around the base. The loons are pretty much going from one side of the base to the other. He went ahead and got the enemy queen taken care of. And right here goes in and drops on the rage spell. And usually when you're using your rage spells, you can bring 2. It's not very common. But if you can suicide and end up taking out the queen, you want to use your rage spells under areas where not only the defenses are compact, but high HP defenses, such as wizard towers, and most importantly, expos. When you only have 3 loons, you don't want to get those loons tied up on an expo. So a rage spell will go ahead and make sure those 3 loons will go ahead and one-shot it. Ends up swagging a heal spell on this one. Beautiful attack coming from Bob. I believe he's actually going to be doing a double feature for us in this video. So we'll go ahead and jump into the very next one. All right, we got Czar, aka Mr. Player, aka Ollie, with he's also going to be getting a double feature in this video. I wanted to make sure you guys saw all different styles of base layouts. I know we have made videos where we target a specific style of base and how to take it down, but I want to make sure I can really show you guys the wide variety of bases that Suey LALO can take out. This one, I wouldn't say it's similar to mine, but we can say it's similar in the sense that all 4 of the air defenses are clearly on one side of the base. You can see they're all kind of in a line going across. And also I want to make sure we get some symmetrical bases for you guys, and also non-symmetrical like this one. And this one, I guarantee you guys, this one is going to be a fresh hit. Sorry about the last one. We'll go ahead and hit play, and you can look down in the troop bar, pay attention to the troop bar. Go back in case you guys missed it, and you can see the Army comp is pretty similar, anywhere from 22 upwards of 26 balloons. You got the Wizard, you got the Baby Dragon. Here comes the Loons, though. What he's trying to do is find out what is inside of this CC. Look at that. Nothing comes out. Those Loons clearly broke the plane. When nothing comes out of the CC, that means there's nothing in there that can harm your air army. We have a heal spell, we have a rage, we have 3 haste spells, a skeleton spell to take out the enemy queen, and of course, Zard, aka Mr. Player, aka Mr. Ollie, aka Ollie, he went ahead and dropped a poison spell just in case a damaged CC came out, something to pay very, very close attention to. So anyway, heroes are going to be coming in up here at about 1 o'clock. What he wants to do is break into this compartment, take out the air defense, and one thing you'll see in all of these examples in these videos, you have to break the defensive ring. And what that does, because we get asked that quite a bit, breaking the ring makes it to where you can control your Loons. It's not like a spam attack like other attacks where you just kind of get your troops down, drop your spells down, that kind of thing. You need to be able to control your Loons and how they path through the base. And look at that, 2 out of the 4 air defenses have already been taken out. And there goes the Hound. Like we said, when you drop down those Loons, nothing came out of the CC, but the Queen did go ahead and trigger that Hound. So what he's doing is he's starting his Loon deployment on the opposite side of the air defenses. That's where the most harm is. You got the Archer Towers over here, you got the Wizard Towers, you have the Expos, and look, there's no splash defenses up there where the Loons are going to be ending. So when you got 20 balloons and just a couple of air defenses and an Archer Tower, those Loons can do absolute work, dropping down that rage spell over the Queen. And even with the King next to the Queen, because the bomb tower was taken out, the skellies in the skeleton spell are going to win every single time. Again, showing us good patience, making sure that bomb tower is taken out to make sure he gets the enemy queen, because she will snipe each and every last one of these Loons, and it'll end up in a fail. So to round this one up, broke the defensive ring. He went ahead and invested a haste spell, and I think he dropped just 3 balloons to see what was in the CC. Nothing came out. Started the heroes up there at 1 o'clock. Made sure he got a successful wall break, and in doing so, he was able to take out 2 air defenses, started the Loons on the opposite side, making sure you take out the important defenses like the Wizard Towers, the Archer Towers, and the Expos, making sure you're dropping down those haste spells over the defenses so the Hounds don't get too far in front of the Loons so they can keep tanking for them. We'll go ahead and show you guys one more attack. Like I said, Bob with the double feature, and again, a different layout. This is going to be, well, this is actually kind of, in a weird way, it's kind of symmetrical-ish, but not really. And I promise you, this one is, I promise you guys, this one is a fresh hit. And again, like we're seeing in all the bases, very, very rare, very, very rarely when you're warring a competitive clan, it's very, very rare to find the Archer Queen in range where you can take out the enemy queen with your heroes. That's why you're seeing, time and time again, you're seeing the max skeleton spell donated in the CC. Why? Because you have a queen inside of the core, and when you click on her range, very, very difficult to get to her. And again, with a different style air defense layout, we've seen them clumped up on one side. We've seen them, on corners of the bases. We've seen them symmetrical, where they're on kind of each point of the base. This one, they're kind of in the core. You got one up here at 12. You got one kind of down here at 6 o'clock. But we'll go ahead and hit play and watch exactly how Bob ends up breaking down this base. And usually when you're going to be suiciding your heroes, ideally, not only do you want to break the ring, but you want to take out things like Wizard Towers, Archer Towers. And if you look up here, remember, there's only I think there's 6 Archer Towers at Town Hall 9. And he has a potential, he has the possibility of taking out at least 2 of them, if not 3. We have a Tesla that's going to be a bonus. We have a Wizard Tower. Those are the kinds of things you want to look for. Just taking out, a few cannons and like 1 Archer Tower, not going to do a whole lot. You want to invest, you want to get good investment from your Suey. especially because all you're doing is investing your heroes. And what, a poison spell, baby dragon is down, and right here just falls short of getting that archer tower down, but he did take out one Tesla, he took out one wizard tower, took out one archer tower, and he got the enemy CC just with the price of his heroes and a wizard. Didn't even use a baby dragon on this one. So dropping down his camp hounds first, again, just dropping down those loons 3 to 4 per defense. You got 3 haste spells to push these loons through. There goes the rage spell. Notice he hasn't dropped the skeleton spell yet, and right as he sees the loons targeting the bomb tower, goes ahead and gets that skeleton spell down to take the enemy queen out. And again, there were a couple defenses up here at the top. You want to make sure those loons don't stray too far off. It's going to take some practice, you guys. Trust me, I am no Suey Lalo, god or expert or anything, but the guys and girls in Forbidden absolutely are. It's always, who better to learn from than the best? Just calling it like I see it, you guys. But it's going to take some practice. That's what FCs are for. Use your friendly challenges to try something new. When you're testing bases, test a base, with a hound in it and how you'd hit it. When you're hitting a base fresh, you want to expect the unknown. If this has a hound in it, what am I going to do? If this is a damage CC, what am I going to do? You want to always kind of leave your heroes a way out. And you want to make sure that, you're not trying to ask too much for your heroes. Your heroes at Town Hall 9 are 30-30 at the end of the day. But hopefully this helps. Go ahead, watch the playback again. Look at the troop comps. They're very, very similar. Sometimes you might bring a giant, but ideally what you're bringing no more than 1, maybe 2 wizards, a baby dragon. You want to have key objectives. I'm just kind of repeating everything I already said in the video. Watch it again if, in case you missed anything. But Forbidden, completely killing it with this attack strategy. So it's definitely worth a try. And one thing, if you guys made it this far into the video, you have to understand balloons have to be, I would say, in my humble opinion, the best troop at Town Hall 9. Why? Because at Town Hall 10, you have the same level balloons. You have bigger heroes, you have, more powerful spells, but the loons are exactly the same. And Suey Lalos work at Town Hall 10, Kill Squad Lalos work at Town Hall 10, those kinds of things. And they have the same loons you have at Town Hall 9. But the defenses you're facing at Town Hall 9 are way, have much less DPS than a Town Hall 10. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I've had a lot of people asking me, where's the Town Hall 9 content? I always try to feature at least one Town Hall 9 attack in damn near every single one of my videos. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, go ahead and leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Comments, questions, or concerns, you know where they go. Those go down in the comments section below. This has been Riggs with Riggs Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.